No, I haven't been camping like this in ages. Almost forgot what it was like. It's beautiful. No people, no smog, fresh air. The only sounds are the crackling fire and the wind rustling through the grass. Coyote now and then. Oh, look at that sky. You don't realize how many stars there are up there until you get out of the city. That sky is so black. The stars look like sparkling diamonds out there. This is great, huh? Hey, Brett, will you put that rock away? You're missing this great starry sky. Hey, Brett.
Miles was right, Ricky. Everything he said was right.
None of your business.
Of course it's my business. I love you, Daddy. I love you both.
That's enough, Rita. No more questions. You understand? None.
Stryker, have you gone crazy?
I shouldn't be crying.
Oh, it's all right, honey.
No, it's not all right. I should be comforting you, not the other way around.
Don't apologize. I understand. Really.
What's happened to Daddy? Why is he behaving like this, Mama? Mama?
Marlene, what are you doing?
I'm making a list.
Of what?
Everything that's been happening around here.
What for?
I'm trying to figure it all out.
Well, what is there to figure out?
Ruby, there has to be a connection with all this. Like Bo having that fire compass thing and then turning into a mummy, and then Gretchen killing Brett's friend, Mr. Rehnquist, and then kidnapping you, and now going off with that guy Joel to High-Toe Pie.
Marlene, you're making too much of this.
No, I'm not, Ruby.
You're letting your imagination run wild.
Well, what about Brett and Ricky's disappearance? Is that my imagination? Now, I think that has something to do with all the rest of this.
Honey, I don't think one thing has anything to do with the other.
Maybe you don't think so, Ruby, but I do. And the police are going to think the same thing when I tell them.
Texas. The first part of Texas is brought to you by Oxidol. Oxidol bleaches as it washes. For white so white, they'll actually compare to new.
Are you still upset about Brett?
Yeah. Upset that she left here without telling me and not telling me where she went.
Dad, she's a grown woman.
Well, that doesn't stop me from worrying about it.
I guess it doesn't.
The thing that bothers me the most is that her leaving has something to do with that Rehnquist fellow.
Miles Rehnquist?
Mm-hmm. I remember her telling me something about his being in trouble. I just hope she hasn't got mixed up in that.
You know, that's strange.
What?
Well, some friends of Brett's came by today. Wanted to talk to her.
What friends?
Ruby, Wright, and Lurleen Harper.
What do they want to talk to Brett about?
Well, that was the strange part.
They kept asking me if I knew anything about Miles Rehnquist.
What have they got to do with Miles Rehnquist?
Well, they never really said. In fact, I got the distinct impression that Ruby wasn't at all anxious to talk about him. She hustled Lurleen out of here pretty quick.
The more I hear about this Rehnquist, the less I like him. I just hope that your sister hasn't gotten in over her head.
If you go to the police, it's just going to get us in a whole lot more trouble. I can't go on like this, Ruby. And whatever is going on, the police have got to know about it. And nobody else can get hurt here. I'm not going to let you talk me out of it this time. Lurleen, you've got to listen to me. This is so important.
Howdy, ladies. You aren't interrupting anything, are we?
Oh, of course not, are they, Lurleen?
Hello, Mr. Barnes, Mr. Boudreaux.
Don't go getting formal on us, young lady. Just call him Boots. Call him Hawker. There's no need for last names now, is there?
Lurleen, don't you think you ought to go check on that band we got coming in here in a couple days?
What for?
Well, you know, I think they should find out about when they're supposed to show up. Do you mind if they're going to get paid, that kind of thing?
We already told them about that.
Well, Lurleen, I did talk to them, but I think they weren't clear on a few points, so I really wish you'd just go in the office and straighten it out, all right?
I'm doing something right now.
Lurleen, please. Come on, you and I are partners. We have to take care of this. Do you want a big hassle later on?
No, I guess not.
Well, then I suggest you go right in that office right now and take care of it.
All right.
Well, gentlemen, it's nice to see you again. Why don't you guys sit down and I'll bring you a nice tall drink.
Well, ain't turned down an invitation like that, can we, Hawker?
No, sirree, Bob.
Yeah, make yourselves comfortable. Yeah. Well, I do like this place. Nice homey atmosphere. You know what I mean? People live here.
Here you go, gentlemen.
Well,
Just like you like it.
mighty kind of you, little lady.
Now, what brings you here?
We came to see how you did on the trip. How'd everything go in Nashville?
Well,
Those producer boys didn't give you a hard time, did they?
oh no.
Something wrong,
You
little lady?
seem to be hanging back.
Now, you did get to Nashville, didn't you?
No, I just didn't make
How come?
What happened?
it. Well, I got all the way out to the airport, you know, and some creep mugged me.
You were mugged.
And the very worst part of it is, he took every cent I had on me.
Mama, look at me. You know why Daddy's behaving like this, don't you?
Yes.
Tell me.
Rena, I'd rather not.
I have a right to know, Mama.
Yes, I suppose you do.
What's happened to him?
I imagine your father's feeling guilty.
Guilty? For what?
He's been having a relationship with another woman.
Another woman?
Yes.
Who?
I don't know for sure.
Where did he meet her? In Mexico?
I assume so. He's been keeping her in Cuernavaca.
How did you find out?
A dear friend saw them together and thought it would be best if I knew what was happening.
How long have you known, Mama?
Several weeks.
Oh, Mama. Oh, Mama, I'm so sorry. Why didn't you tell me when you found out?
I wanted to. And I was going to, but I decided you had enough to worry about with your job at World Oil. Besides, sweetheart, this is my problem, not yours.
I wish you had told me. Maybe I could have helped you through this, Mama.
Honey, I'm all right now, really. I am.
Well, I'm going to talk to Daddy. I'm not going to let him get away with this.
No, you can't confront Stryker. You should know that. You can't attack him head on.
Don't underestimate me, Mama. I've got a little bit of both of you in me, and I can fight fire with fire.
Rena, I think it would be better if you just stayed out of this.
I'm sorry. That's asking too much. I can't just sit by and watch this happen.
Honey, I don't want you to get hurt any more than you already are.
I can handle it.
You're so like your father in so many ways. Very stubborn. Just don't be too disappointed if it doesn't work out. Honey, I'm going to get dressed. I'm going out for a while.
Where are you going?
To see a friend.
You're not going to Hunt's, are you?
Yes.
Why?
Because I enjoy Hunt's company. I'm not going to sit around here and wait for Stryker. As far as I'm concerned, if he wants to save our marriage, the next move is his. Oh, please, sweetheart. Don't let this get you down. I'm not going to let it get me down.
Oh, Mom.
Oh. I'll talk to you later.
Hello.
Grant, it's Rena.
Oh, Rena, I'm glad you called.
Are you going to be home tonight?
Sure.
I want to come by.
Well, I wish you would.
I've got to talk to you. I'll be by real soon.
Everything Miles said about what?
About the Sutar legend.
And you can tell that it's true just by looking at that rock?
Yeah, this rock gives me a reason to believe it is.
That rock looks like any other rock I've ever seen. Let me see that.
Well, Ricky, that's because you're not a geologist. You don't know what to look for.
All right, then why don't you show me what to look for? Now, why is this rock different from any other rock?
Well, because this rock, first of all, has gone through a very peculiar metamorphosis.
And what does that mean?
Well, rocks, you know, are caused by the shape of them is caused by the elements around them, such as wind and water and weather and the movement of the earth, that sort of thing.
And this rock wasn't shaped by any of those things?
No, not in its present state. My guess is that this rock has been submitted to very intense heat.
Well, then maybe this rock was shaped by a volcano.
Yeah, except that we're not in a volcanic area.
Well, how can you tell that?
Well, there's no evidence of volcanic ash, for one thing. And for another thing, the rock formations, these weren't caused by volcanoes.
Yeah, but you say that this rock was shaped by an extreme heat.
That's right, and Ricky, I bet you there are more rocks just like this all over this canyon floor.
Well, if this wasn't caused by volcanic activity, what other kind of heat could it be?
An explosion like the one mentioned in the Sutar legend.
And you really believe that this was caused by that explosion over 700 years ago?
Ricky, it's a possibility, and if I'm right, do you know what that means?
What?
It's another validation of the legend. The first one being,
the
of course,
mummification of the ranch hand, right?
Right. He found the fire compass. He opened it up, and the poison gas inside killed him. Now, the legend says...
I know all about the legend. Brett, is there some way that you can prove this explosion happened here that long ago?
Well, I'll need to look around a little bit more, of course, but... yeah, there are ways of telling. Oh, Ricky, I can't wait till daylight. I want another look out there.
You're not thinking of getting an early start, are you? Like right now?
No, it's too dark right now. This canyon is a very special place, Ricky. just know it. I can feel it.
He finally got my purse and he made off with it, and I went to go after him, you know, but he knocked me down again. The whole thing was just a traumatic experience.
I can imagine. I declare, I don't know what the world is coming to, Hawker. All that crime in the streets makes a body want to stay home and never come out.
The thing that makes me so mad is he took all my money. I mean, all the money that you just couldn't give me.
Now, don't you go worried about the money. All it is money. Ain't that right, Hawker? That's right, Boots. The important thing is Ruby being all right.
Well, I am all right. But I tell you, I'm lucky I got out of there alive. If it weren't for some divine intervention, I might have been killed.
I'm glad you made it through, darling. That's right. No amount of money is worth dying for. Besides, there's plenty more where that came from. But right now, there's something else concerns us.
What's that?
This business about Ricky Decker leaving town very sudden like. Yeah, you're his manager. Now, you do know what happened to him, don't you?
Oh, sure, yeah. Ricky tells me everything. We're very straight with each other.
Where'd he go?
Oh, up to the Panhandle.
Yeah, the Panhandle? What the hell did he go there for?
Well, see, he has these real sick relatives up there, and they really needed him. So, out of the goodness of his heart, Ricky went up there and decided to help him out. But he didn't want anybody to know about it except me.
Well, isn't that nice, Boots? Sirree, that's our kind of boy. Willing to lend a helping hand when it's needed. And so dang modest, he doesn't even toot his own horn about it. Yeah, we'd better let this little get back to what she was doing, Boots. Sure enough. Oh, I got a little something for you that'll get you started back on the road to Nashville.
Well, you know, I might not actually have to do that.
Why's that?
Because I found out there's some real good record distributors right here in Houston. But thanks a lot for the money. I really do appreciate it.
You just do whatever you have to, darling, and let us know when you hear from Ricky.
I will.
Keep up the good work. You take care now, Lurleen, yeah? You know, I do enjoy coming to this little old place here.
Bye, gentlemen. Bye-bye. Lurleen, hold it. You and I have to finish our little talk.
There's nothing more to say, Ruby.
Oh, yes, there is. I want to clear up all this nonsense about you running off to the police.
You said you wanted to talk to me?
Yeah, I did.
Dad.
What?
I want to talk to you about Brett.
Yeah, Dad seems to think that Brett's taken off has something to do with Miles Rehnquist. What do you know about that guy, Rita?
I don't know much more than you do, I'm afraid. I just met him once.
Didn't Brett ever talk to you about him, what he's into?
She talked about his being a geologist and someone who was in trouble, but she never said what exactly. Whenever his name came up, she was always very evasive.
What about Lurleen Harper and Ruby Wright? What do you think they might have to do with it?
Lurleen and Ruby? Oh, what on earth? Are they involved with Miles Rehnquist?
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting. They came here early this morning asking for Brett.
Well, I have no idea how they even know him.
Well, then, maybe it might be helpful if I go have another little talk with Ruby and Lurleen.
That's a good idea, son. You maybe I'll get some clue as to what's happening.
Well, I hope so. Look, I'll see you two later.
Thank you, son.
Well, thank me, Dad. Brett's my sister. I love her. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this thing.
I know. Lena, what's the matter? Feeling better?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry I fell apart like that.
I'm sorry. I should have realized you were in trouble the moment you walked in. Now, you want to talk about it?
I need to. I need your help, and I need your advice.
You've got it.
Daddy came home today.
Is that what's got you so upset?
I found out why we haven't been hearing from Daddy.
No?
He's having an affair with another woman in Mexico, and he's keeping her in Cuernavaca.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
When I got home tonight, I found him there, and I didn't know what was happening, of course, and so I asked him, I said, Daddy, why haven't you been calling us? And Grant, all of a sudden, he yelled at me, and he stalked out of the house. I asked Mama why he responded that way, and at first she wouldn't tell me anything about it, and then she talked about it, and she said she's known about this other woman for a long time, and she didn't tell me about it.
Well, she's probably got her reason.
She said she didn't want to burden me with her problems, and I had enough to deal with at World Oil.
Well, she's right, you know. I mean, this is a problem that exists between them. They have to solve it.
It's my problem, too, Grant. We're a family. We're a family, and I'm not going to let Daddy do this to us.
Rena, listen to me. Rena, this may sound simplistic and a little callous. You're not a child. You're no longer dependent upon the two of them being together. They're adults. You're an adult. They've got a problem. They've got to solve it.
I don't know that they can.
Or that they want to.
Yes. Do you know where Mama is tonight?
No?
She's with Hunt.
Well, that's not a bad idea. Seems to be a pretty good sort of a guy. Maybe he can help her deal with it.
Grant, don't you understand? I can't stand by and see their marriage broken up again. I can't do that.
Rena, will you calm down?
I can't calm down. How can I? How dare Daddy do this to Mama? How dare he have another woman come between us?
Then ask him that question.
I intend to. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get an answer out of him, and if I don't, I will embarrass him.
Rena, will you please take it easy? Rena, you're not going to solve anything by letting your emotions get the better of you.
Oh, I know that. I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't have come here tonight.
What? Rena, it's a compliment to me that you came to me. The problem is that I don't know what to do to help.
You've helped. Just by listening to me and letting me cry on your shoulder.
Well, it's there whenever you need it.
Thank you.
Can I get some?
No, thank you. Please help me.
For as long as you want.
Coffee?
Yeah, thanks. Well, I got the bags laid out for us, darling. Come here. Turn around.
Boy, this is a strange place. It fascinates me. There's something really sort of strange and almost eerie about the whole place.
I know what you mean. There's no place quite like this High Topar region, really.
Yeah, I've packed in a lot of places, and I've never been in one like this. You know, it's sort of strange how you know where you are, and then suddenly everything mysteriously shifts, and you don't quite know where you are anymore.
I know.
How long have you been a guide, and how'd you get into it?
Well, I just always liked being outdoors, and had some people ask me to take them someplace, and been doing it ever since.
Is that how you got to the High Topar region first, bringing somebody up here?
No, I had a couple of buddies that we used to backpack all the time. One of them heard about this place, and we ended up here.
Well, it is a strange place.
There's an old Indian curse on it, you know?
You don't believe that, do you?
Well, I don't know. You listen to that wind for a while, it gets pretty eerie up here.
Well, did you try and find out about it?
The curse?
Yeah.
No, I thought about it a couple of times, but I didn't ever get to the point where I had a reason to test it.
Well, maybe while we're here this time, we can find out about it.
Yeah, maybe we can.
It is not nonsense, Ruby.
Darlene, if we go to the police, they are going to arrest us.
Maybe not. Not if we tell them what happened.
They are never going to believe it.
Ruby, there are 2 people dead. Now, the police should be doing something about it. They should be going after Gretchen for killing Brett's friend.
The only people the police are going to go after, Lurleen, is you and me for hiding Beau's body. And then they're going to put me in jail for murdering Beau.
But you didn't murder him.
I know that and you know that, but they are never going to believe it.
gonna have to make them believe.
Lurleen, would you just stay in one place? I can't follow you around like this and try to talk to you.
There's no use talking anymore, Ruby. I can't stand any more of this. Now, you are not gonna talk me out of it this time. I'm going to the police.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas. And now, the next part of Texas.
Nice to see you, Vicky.
Turnabout, you came to see me, and now I've come to see you.
Look, I really want to apologize for coming by like that the other day without calling. It wasn't fair of me. I mean, I was just concerned.
Don't worry about it.
So how are you feeling?
Fine.
You, over what was upsetting you?
I've learned how to handle it.
You know, Vicky, I'm really glad to see you.
Are you?
Yeah, you know, having you, showing up every day would be a treat.
Oh, we don't want to overdo a good thing.
You can't overdo a good thing. You know, Vicky, you are a remarkable woman.
Oh, not really.
Now, don't go underrating yourself.
Is that what I'm doing?
I think so. You know, when I first met you, you struck me as a very bright and capable woman. Then I find out that you own and operate all those television stations. Now, that's some accomplishment.
Oh, it's no more than a lot of women have done in business. Come on now, I don't want to talk about me anymore.
Well, I can't think of anything that I'd rather talk about more. But all right. What do you want to talk about?
You.
Me? Why me?
Because I want to know more about you. I want to know what you like and what you do.
It's all right here. This is what I do. Not very well at the moment, but I believe that that's going to get better.
I believe so too, Hunt.
I guess I better go get some more wood. Wouldn't want our fire dying out in the middle of the night. Be right back.
Hey, Ricky. What time do you think we'll start in the morning?
As soon as we get up, have something to eat.
Do you think we'll make it to the prospector's hut tomorrow?
If it's there,
Oh, it's there.
then we'll find it. Don't worry. Be back in a few minutes.
It is essential to first find the hut, an old prospector's hut, little more than a weathered shell. Pace off 30 yards east from the entrance of the hut, then 28 yards directly towards a narrow V-shaped crevice. There you will find the essential base point for the use of the fire compass. It is Sutar's rock. On its face, you can make out a discernible dark red imprint of an Indian profile. Sutar's image, as the legend goes. At the base of the rock, you will see the symbols that match those precisely on the fire compass. Each symbol you see will take you one step closer to the mouth of Sutar's cave and its secret room.
Lurleen, would you please listen to reason? I'm sorry, Ruby, not about this.
Honey, you don't know what you're doing.
Yes, I do. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life wondering whether or not the police are going to come knocking on our door to arrest us for moving Bo's body all over creation. Right now, I can't see how jail could be any worse than what's happening to us.
Don't ever say that, Lurleen.
I mean it, Ruby.
You don't know what jail is like.
You do?
No, of course I don't, but I just hear it's horrible. Honey, please, just please promise me you'll give this a lot of thought before you go running off and blabbing to the police, please.
I've given it all the thought I'm going to, Ruby. And we can't let anybody else get hurt. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Lurleen, wait! Lurleen, please don't say
say anything more. Mark really just came in. Please promise me you won't go alone.
Well, well, look who's here. What are you doing here, Mark?
Came to see you. Hi, Lurleen.
Mark, you came to see me?
Well, actually, I came to see the both of you.
Both of us?
What about?
I want you two to tell me everything you know about Miles Rehnquist.
On Days of Our Lives,
I do love you in a very special way.
two men fight for Jessica's love, and one of them is the Salem Strangler.
We better make sure of the facts before we nail Jake on this one.
But Jake spins a web of deception and murder.
And it could happen to Jessica. She's on the Strangler's list.
Days of Our Lives, weekdays.
What are you thinking about?
I was just wondering if we're going to find Miles in that prospector's hut tomorrow.
With a little luck, we will.
Oh, let's be lucky.
You know, Rehnquist sure has caused a lot of people a lot of trouble.
You don't like him much, do you?
Oh, I don't have anything against him.
Ricky, I'm sorry. He's my friend, and he's in trouble, and I...
It's all right. You don't have to explain. I understand. You really think he's out there, don't you?
Yeah, he's in this canyon. I can feel him here.
I sure hope you're not disappointed.
Why, don't you think he's here?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want you to be disappointed if he isn't. Cold?
Yeah, a little.
Is that better?
Thanks. Ricky, I really appreciate you coming out here with me. It means a lot to me.
Hey, I wanted to come out here with you. Besides, I would never let you come out here alone. Hey, what do I have to do to get your attention?
What?
Nothing. It's not important.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about this canyon.
What about it?
It's such a strange place in a wonderful way. There's so much mystery out here. And we're gonna uncover some of this mystery, Ricky. I don't know what it is about this place. I can't stop thinking about it. I've never felt a place have such a hold on me.
You think I'll ever be able to make that kind of an impression on you?
You already have.
I have.
Took quite a risk in coming out here with me. Ricky, I don't think I've ever felt closer to any man.
Any man?
Any man.
You are, without a doubt, the most complicated human being I have ever known.
Well, you think you can put up with me and my complications a little longer?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Ricky.
Anytime, kid. Anytime.
Adams? Adams?
I'm here, Gretchen. What's up?
Now, everything is going as planned. We're going to be down in the canyon early tomorrow morning.
Good. Bailey and I are set up at the La Conchita. We'll be here when you need us.
Well, keep those communications open. I want to be able to get a hold of you fast.
Don't worry. Gretchen, are you going to be able to handle that guy if he gives you any trouble?
Don't worry, I can handle it. He's not going to be any problem.
Rena, I'd like to talk to you. Where's your mother?
Out.
Out where?
Just out.
You know I had to have dinner alone.
Daddy, why didn't you tell me what's been going on?
Miles Rehnquist?
Oh, Miles Rehnquist.
That's right. What do you know about him?
Oh, we don't know anything, do we, honey?
Well, then why are we asking about him this morning?
Oh, Mark, can I get you something to drink on the house?
Answer my question.
What question is that?
Why are we asking about Miles Rehnquist this morning?
Gee. You know, I don't even remember. I guess it wasn't very important.
Didn't you say he left something here at the coop?
Did I? Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Oh, well, it turns out I was just mistaken.
Well, what'd you think belonged to him, Ruby?
A hat. I could have sworn I saw him wear this hat in here a few times, but then this guy turned up and he claimed it, so I was wrong.
I don't believe it. Now stop dodging me. Did he come here often?
He only came here twice that I know of, and I didn't really talk to him except to say hi and would you like a drink.
When was the last time you saw him? What's the matter, Lurleen?
Lurleen hadn't been feeling very good lately. Come here, honey. I think maybe you better sit down. No. Take it easy now. Just have a seat right here. On second thought, I think maybe you better have a seat in the office on the car. This isn't Christian. Honey, I'll take care of it just as soon as I get ready. Now, you lie down. You feel better now. She's been kind of sick lately. She has anemia, but she's going to be fine. Are you sure I can't get you something?
The only thing you can get me is some information about Miles Rehnquist. Now, I think he has something to do with Brett and Ricky's disappearance.
You really think so?
Can't think of any other reason.
Well, I wish I could help you out, Mark. I really do, but I don't know anything.
Well, if you hear anything about Miles Rehnquist, though, you will let me know, won't you?
I'm sure I will, but I don't think we're going to be hearing any more from Miles Rehnquist.
Why is that?
Well, he doesn't really like it here very much, so I don't think he's going to be back. But if he comes back, I promise you, I'll tell you everything.
I appreciate that. Oh, and Ruby, in the future, be straight with me.
I will.
Thanks for sticking around, Ricky.
I had no intention of leaving.
Good. Now, where were we?
I believe you were telling me the story of your life.
Was I? Mm-hmm. Good heavens, I hope I wasn't that much of a bore.
No, you weren't boring at all. No, really, I do. I want to know more about you. After all, you do have the advantage on me, remember?
How's that?
Well, you know about me, about my daughter.
Well, I wouldn't want to take advantage of you. So, what do you want to know?
Anything you want to tell me?
Well, let's see. I like to sleep late. Never eat my own cooking. I'm the world's worst cook. That's kind of strange, huh? Owning a place like this.
Come on, what else?
Well, I don't like exercising except for playing the ivories. I like pretty women. Like going out to a museum now and then, concerts, that sort of thing. That's about it.
Do you have any family?
Not here in Houston. My mom and dad died a few years ago. I was married once, but that ended quite some time ago.
I'm sorry, Hunt. I didn't mean to pry.
Oh, no, you weren't. I consider it prying if you were a stranger. But you're a friend, Vicky. And I hope that we can continue to be good friends.
I don't see any reason why we can't.
Good. You know, I think that we were pretty lucky to find each other.
Rena, come on in here and sit down and listen to me.
If you wish.
I want you to understand what happened to me down there.
Sir, to understand, Daddy, you're having an affair with another woman. And from what I hear, you've been keeping her. How could you do this to Mama?
You know I didn't want this to happen.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't.
I know you think I'm being unfair to your mother.
Unfair? I hardly think that's the appropriate word, Daddy. In fact, I don't even know of a word that describes what I think.
Rena, I want you to understand I was a long way from home, working. I was very lonely.
Do you think that Mama was any less lonely here?
No, but...
There are no buts about it, Daddy. You didn't have to spend all that time away from home working.
Rena.
You could have gotten someone else to do the job.
Rena.
Are you quite ready to give up your mistress?
It's not as simple as that, honey.
It's very simple, Daddy. I'll tell you exactly how to do it.
Young lady, you don't tell me anything.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
Mark gone? He just left.
What'd you tell him, Ruby?
Didn't tell him anything.
Well, why was he asking all those questions about Miles Rehnquist?
Because he has some crazy idea that we know about Miles Rehnquist and that that's connected to Brett and Ricky disappearing.
Maybe that's not so crazy, Ruby.
Lurleen, what do you mean? Miles Rehnquist was dead before Brett and Ricky ever took off.
I know. But if Gretchen knew that Brett and Ricky were friends of his, she might have done something to them, too.
That's crazy.
No, it's not. We know that Gretchen killed Mr. Rehnquist. Ruby, I am going to the police about this. And we're going to help Mark, too.
All right, Lurleen. I can't argue with you anymore. I'm not gonna. You're not? Just promise me one thing, though, okay?
Why?
I want you to sleep on it before you decide to go running off to the police. I want you to give it a lot of thought, Lurleen, all night long. And in the morning, when you wake up, if you still feel like going to the police, I'll go with you.
You will? You really will?
Sure I will.
Oh, Ruby. Ruby, that makes me so happy.
Okay. I'll sleep on it. Ruby, I'm really proud to have you as a friend. I think it's really something that you're going to go with me to the police. Well, I'm going to start closing up now. I gotta figure out some way to change her mind. Lurleen! Lurleen, I gotta talk to you!
This part of Texas was brought to you by Ivory. Natural soap. Simple, basic soap. To help your skin stay healthy looking. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to see you last night.
I came home late.
I know. You got a few minutes now?
Where's Rena?
She already left for work.
Did you two talk?
Not much.
Is that so surprising?
Damn it, Vicky, I don't want to talk about Rena. I want to talk to you.
I don't think there's all that much we have to talk about.
All right, well, you got a few problems. Let's sit down and come to terms with them.
See anything interesting?
Morning, Lurleen. Hi, Ruby. What are you doing up so early?
I couldn't sleep.
Have you decided yet about going to the police?
I thought about it all night, Ruby. And we can't let anybody else get hurt. I've decided that I have to tell the police everything, especially about Gretchen.
Texas. The first part of Texas is brought to you by the first powdered detergent with a full-strength fabric softener built right in. Bold 3. Cleans, softens, controls static. Bold 3.
Hud, my boy, I like the way you think. Yeah, I'm all prepared to leave for Indianapolis this afternoon. I'll get there sometime this evening. Can I see you this evening? Good, we'll have some time together. Yeah, this is a great idea whose time has come, Hud. I'll call you as soon as I get in.
What's that all about?
That, my darling, was about fame and fortune.
Oh, really? Well, what about fame and fortune?
You wouldn't believe the great ideas that Hud has come up with for the Gregory One. We're going over the plans, he and I, this evening, and then we're going all over the country and speak to the best racing promoters in the country. Now, Hud set this whole thing up. Can you imagine what this is going to mean to Marshall Oil and Ace High?
Wonderful. But aren't you forgetting one little thing?
What's that?
Me. Now, what am I supposed to do when you go gallivanting all over the country?
I've got it. You come with us. We will make this a working vacation. What do you think of that?
Well, it would be great, but I mean, somebody has to tend shop, right? There is an oil business to run here, and there's also Gregory and Allison.
Well, actually, Allison is an adult. She's old enough to take care of herself.
Right. And what about Gregory? What's he going to do while we're gone?
Gregory. Take him with us. He'd love to come with us.
School, Justin. The boy has school.
That's right. Yeah. We can't neglect his studies. That's why, Ashley, you have to stay here and watch out for that boy.
I know. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
You don't mind, do you, darling?
Well, yeah, I do, a little.
It won't be long. Think how much closer this will bring Gregory and me.
Justin. Now, see? There you go again. twisting the truth around to make it sound just the way you want it to. Now, see, why don't you just go ahead and admit, Justin, that you can't wait to get behind the wheel of a racing car?
Well, I'm thinking about it a little, maybe. What's wrong with that?
It scares me to death. Justin, I love you. I don't want to see you get hurt.
Oh, I'm not going to get hurt. There's nothing to worry about, Ashley. Think of it this way. It'll just add one more thrilling dimension to our lives.
You're impossible.
But very lovable.
Busy? Not terribly. How are you this morning?
Well, a little tired.
Why?
Well, I was up most of the night thinking. Rena, can I talk to you?
Sure, honey. What about?
I want to work here full time.
You do? What brought this on?
Well, you see, I need the money. I want to get my own apartment.
Have you had another fight with Ashley?
Not exactly. It's just that we don't get along real well, and I'm an adult now. I should have my own apartment.
Have you discussed this with her?
No. See, I want to have something lined up. She'll just try and stop me. What do you think?
Well, you've done a lot for World Oil.
I told you I would if you gave me the chance.
Yes, you did, but I must admit that in my wildest imagination, I never thought that you'd be bringing us oil leases this quickly.
Well, there is so much more I can do if you just give me the chance.
You really are determined, aren't you?
You bet I am. What do you say, Rena?
All right, Allison. I think you've earned yourself the right to a full-time job at World Oil.
You mean that?
I mean that.
You won't regret this, honest.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
Why?
Because before you accept a commitment like this, there are a couple things you and I are going to have to straighten out.
There's only one way I can come to terms with this, Stryker.
Name it.
Tell me you'll give up this other woman in Cuernavaca.
Vicky, I understand why you're jealous.
Jealous? Oh, is that what you think this is about? Well, it's more than that, Stryker. I am angry, very angry.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
You didn't mean to get caught. Isn't that more like it? You want a nice, loyal, faithful wife waiting for you here in Houston and a mistress waiting for you in Cuernavaca? A nice, warm bed everywhere,
Would you let me explain?
Oh, please, Stryker, spare me that.
Well, what do you want?
I've already told you. Tell me it's over.
It's not that simple, Vicky.
Oh? It only takes a second. You say goodbye. It's over, finished. How hard can that be?
If you'd give me a chance.
Stryker, what are you telling me? That you want the both of us? Well, maybe she's willing to share you, but I am not. You have a choice, Stryker. Your wife or your mistress. That's your only option.
Vicky, there's always more than one option if you're open-minded about it and can understand.
Well, maybe I don't understand. We made a bargain, Stryker. And we've had to work very hard to make this marriage work. Now, it seems to me that you have broken that bargain. Who is she? Who is this other woman in your life?
I'm just not prepared to tell you that now.
Well, then there's nothing left for us to talk about. I'm not going to plead with you, Stryker. That's not my style.
Vicky, if you try to understand...
Oh, I understand, all right. I think you should sit down and think long and hard about what it is you want to do. And while you're doing that, I'm going to be making some decisions of my own. See for yourself.
It just looks like a lot more of the same to me.
real bad news for a lady naturalist. I could forget all about those plants down there.
Yeah?
I say this because you're a young girl. Do you really think that you want to tie yourself down to this kind of responsibility?
Rena, this is what I've always wanted. Someday, I want to be a successful oil executive, just like you.
Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay, I've been warned. But when can I start?
Today soon enough?
Really?
Really?
Thank you, Rena. Rena?
Yes?
Well, I feel kind of funny.
About what?
Well, today's my first day as a full-time employee, and here I want to take a little extra time off at lunch.
Do you have an appointment?
Not exactly. I just want to have lunch with Ashley.
You want to tell her about your new job?
Yeah, I want to get it over with.
How do you think she'll take it?
Not well. But I'll feel better as soon as I tell her.
Okay, Annie. You take as much time as you need.
Thank you, Rena.
Am I interrupting anything?
Hey, Ginny. I was just leaving. Rena, I'll stay late tonight to make up for the extra time.
That won't be necessary.
No, I want to. Ginny, Rena just gave me a full-time job.
Oh, congratulations.
To work with Rena and your husband, it's what I've always dreamed of.
Will you get out of here? Your energy is driving me nuts.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Have you ever seen such enthusiasm?
Can't say that I have.
I'm glad to see you, honey. What brought you here?
I'm a little curious about something.
I hope it's something I can help you with.
Maybe. Do you have any idea what's happened to Ricky and Brett?
Lurleen, have you really thought this through? Yes, Ruby, I have. Maybe I could keep my mouth shut. But I really think that Brett and Ricky are in some kind of danger from all this stuff. And Brett's brother Mark thinks so, too.
All right, Lurleen. If this is how you feel, then I'll go along with you to the police station.
Really?
Gave you my word, didn't I?
I thought you'd try to talk me out of it.
Lurleen, you are my very best friend in the whole world. If this means this much to you and you really want to go, I'm going to stand by you all the way.
Thanks, Ruby.
Well, what are we sitting here for? Why don't you go get dressed and we'll run on down to the police station.
All right, Ruby. I'll be right back. Ruby, you don't know how much it means to me to have you with me on this. I know we're doing the right thing.
And I just know I'm going to end up behind bars.
All right, we're going to have to go down here. Hang on a minute. Hand that down.
Yep. I got it. Yep.
Okay.
You're not the only one worried about Ricky and Brett, and so is Brent.
Do you mean that Brett didn't say anything to her father?
Or her brother.
Rena, I don't get it. You don't seem worried about her at all.
I'm not.
Well, do you know where they are?
No, but I'm sure they're all right.
How do you know that?
Well, just think about it for a minute, Ginny. Now, wouldn't you say that Brett is a pretty together young lady?
Sure. She's a geologist. She's probably had a lot of tough jobs to handle.
Exactly. Now, she can take care of herself, right?
Right. But it isn't like Ricky to leave KVIK without saying anything.
Well, unless it was something real important, right?
Yes. But what?
Oh, Ginny, they are a couple of young, normal adults who happen to find each other very attractive.
Do you mean to tell me that they're together?
Yes, that's what I think. It's the only thing that makes any sense.
You're probably right.
Of course I am. And I couldn't be happier. I think they're an adorable couple.
You really are.
You know, sometimes they remind me of you and Ryan. I think they're going to be as happy as you two one of these days. Ginny, what is it?
Nothing.
Oh, now, come on. I know when you're not being straight with me.
Well, it's just that...
Honey, you're still not worried about Allison, are you?
No. But I want you to be careful of Allison, Lyndon. I know you like her. Just keep an eye on her, Rena.
Why do you say that?
It's just a feeling I have. Allison might cause you real problems someday. Where do these files go?
This stack right here is for legal.
Hi.
Well.
Well.
Look at you.
You really like it?
Oh, you know I do, darling.
Allison. Did you really wear that to work today?
Don't start with me now, Ashley, okay? I really don't want to hear it.
When are you going to start listening to me?
I didn't come here to fight with you. I came to ask you both to lunch.
Well, I've got to give you a rain check on that, darling. I'm leaving this afternoon on a business trip. I got a lot to do to get ready to go.
You're going out of town?
Well, just for a few days.
I wish I could go.
Wow, see that, Ashley? As a member of the family that would like to go with me?
Uh-huh. Dressed the way she is, you'd probably take her, too, wouldn't you?
Come on, Ashley, let's get out of here before we get into another fight.
Thank you for coming down here with me, Ruby.
Lurleen, I just hope we're doing the right thing. From now on, you're on your own now, okay?
But you gonna wait here for me?
Yeah, I'll wait.
I wonder who I should talk to.
Why don't you ask him? He looks like he might know.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Can I help you?
Yes, sir. I'd like to report a crime. How do I do that?
Well, why don't you take a seat right over there in the corner, and I'll be right with you.
Thank you, sir. Ruby, are you gonna be all right?
Sure. I'll be fine.
You do understand why I'm doing this, don't you?
Of course I do, honey. Lurleen, I just want to thank you for sticking by me and all like you did, for being such a good friend.
Ruby, you're making this sound like a goodbye.
Well, it might be.
No, it isn't, Ruby. We're just gonna get this whole thing cleared up. Here goes.
Yep. Here goes nothing.
Pardon.
Sorry.
I'm the one that wanted to report the crime.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You just fill that out. Be right back.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas. And now, the next part of Texas.
Hey, Justin. You want to see me? Yes, TJ. Sit right down there. I hear your daddy's in town.
Well, yeah. That's right, he is.
What's he doing here?
Well, he and my mother are looking for an apartment here in Houston.
Oh, does that mean he's thinking of retiring?
That kind of sounds that way.
Well, that could mean good news for us, TJ.
How do you figure that?
Well, your daddy was senior vice president at one of the biggest oil companies in Texas. Could be a good asset to Marshall Oil. I got to thinking it would be a very good business move if we hired him on at Marshall Oil as a consultant.
I don't think that'd be a very good idea, Justin.
Why not? Your daddy's got a lot of contacts. We could make a very good use of those.
Yeah, well, like you said, I mean, he's probably retiring. He's not going to want to go out and look for another job right away.
TJ, it seems to me that you just don't want him here. You and your daddy have problems.
No, not exactly. We, just don't have the same ideas about a lot of things.
Yeah, well, it seems to me he's got a lot of good ideas about the oil business. We need his experience.
Well, I'm not sure that he'd want to work here.
Why not? He and my daddy were great friends. They got along just fine.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to want to work for you.
Why is that, TJ? You've been spreading rumors about me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I just think it'd be a pity if we let something like this slip right through our fingers without even asking him. I think you should feel him out on this, TJ. I know he wouldn't refuse you.
Justin, I'm not going to do that. If you want my father to work for Marshall Oil, then that's your business. But I'm not going to ask him.
I was kind of counting on you for this, TJ. I don't like to be disappointed.
Sorry. But I'm not talking to him about working here.
Well, I guess I'll just have to talk to him myself.
Well, it's your business, Justin.
Exactly.
You do what you want.
I'll do just that, TJ.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Brian, hi. I have the best news.
Oh?
But I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What was that all about?
What was what all about?
Don't play innocent with me, Allison. All that whispering to Ryan.
What about it?
That's not very professional behavior.
Ashley, what's wrong with my behavior? Ryan likes me. He told me so.
Yeah, well, what do you expect him to say? You come dressing like that and hang all over him?
Don't start again, okay? I really don't want to hear it.
I don't want to get into it either, believe me. So, what was it you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, why don't we have lunch first, and then we'll talk about it, okay?
Uh-oh. Does this mean that what you're going to tell me would ruin my lunch?
No, Ashley, don't worry. It's good news. It's very good news.
Doctors, Greta asks Billy for a divorce.
Divorce can be a very ugly situation.
Don't threaten me, Billy, because I will fight you with everything I've got.
To fight Greta, Billy puts the squeeze on Natalie.
I'm giving you 24 hours to come up with that $1,500, or else I blow the lid on your little fantasy dream world with Luke.
The Doctors, weekdays on NBC.
Thank you. So, Ashley, I have the best news for you.
Well, good. What?
I'm moving out of the hotel.
You're what?
I'm getting my own apartment.
Allison, you can't afford an apartment. Do you have any idea how expensive they are?
I know they're expensive.
And the salary that Rena Decker's paying you, I'm sure you're not going to be able to afford one that you'd want to live in.
I'm working there full time now.
Oh. So this is all Rena Decker's idea, right?
No, it wasn't her idea. I asked her if I could have a full-time job at World Oil.
And I'm sure she thought that was just the best idea yet, right?
Well, of course she thought it was a good idea. She knows that I'm a good worker and that I'll be good for World Oil.
Allison, it's out of the question.
Ashley, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
No, Allison, no. You're not ready to move out yet. You're not going to move out.
Haven't you heard anything that I've said to you?
Yes, I've heard you all right.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Ashley. Because I'm going to do it with or without your permission. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work. I'm sure that Rena needs me.
Morning, honey.
Mom, I was hoping you'd come by today.
Am I interrupting anything?
You never do.
I understand you and your father had a very unsatisfactory talk.
That's right.
What happened?
I simply asked him to get rid of his lady south of the border.
And?
He told me it was none of my business.
Oh, sweetheart, I told you last night I didn't want you to get involved in this. This is between Stryker and me. And we'll work it out, one way or the other.
Yeah. Are you all right?
Well, I've been a lot better, but I'm holding up.
Did you go by Hunt's last night?
Yes, and please, honey, I don't want any lectures about it.
Mama, I'm not going to give you a lecture right now. I think that's the best thing that can happen to you.
Hunt is very dear. He's a good friend.
Well, I'm glad he's there for you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I just hope that Daddy comes to his senses before it's too late.
So do I. I told him this morning I don't intend to sit around and wait for him forever.
How did he react to that?
He didn't like it. But I mean it, sweetheart. I mean, if Stryker wants things to be this way, then fine. I will just get on and start living my own life.
Mom, I'm so proud of you. You're such an inspiration to me. You are a very strong lady.
Maybe. But right now, I'm a very late lady. I have to get to the studio. Do you mind if I use your phone?
Sure.
Thanks. Hello, this is Victoria Bellman. I'll be in shortly, but is anything important happening over there? Uh-huh. Mildred Canfield? No, please, I don't want to talk to her. If she calls again, just tell her I'm busy. Thank you. I'll be there in a while. Bye-bye.
Did you say that Mildred Canfield called?
Yes.
It's very interesting. What does she have to say, Mama?
What is taking so long? They always make you wait.
You been here before?
Lots of times.
What for?
I'm here to report a kidnapping.
But they
listen to me.
It's too bad.
You're telling me. Ralph was kidnapped. They just came down and swooped him up.
Okay. Hi, Mrs. Ward. Why don't you come with me?
It's about time.
What is it this time, Mrs. Ward?
They just came and swooped down and took Ralph again.
Came down from where?
The sky. Where do you think I'm talking about? 1 minute he was there. The next moment he was gone.
Maybe he wasn't kidnapped. Husbands sometimes just up and disappear.
What are you talking about? Ralph did not just disappear. They came right out of the sky and scooped him off.
Who did?
The aliens.
You mean somebody from a foreign country took your husband?
I didn't say foreigner. I said alien.
You mean like somebody from another planet?
See, you do know what I'm talking about.
I'm beginning to get the picture.
I've been telling you over and over. You just don't pay any attention to me. You think I'm just making all this up, but I'm not. Those aliens have Ralph right this minute. Who knows who they're going to swoop up next?
You have got a point. I'll get right on this. Now, you just go home, Miss Ward. And if Ralph isn't there, you give us a call. Huh? Now, you take care of yourself now.
Takes all kinds, don't it?
Yeah. But that's part of the job, lady. Anything I can help you with?
Oh, no, I'm waiting for my friend.
Oh, hi, Ruby.
I just want to make sure that you tell the officer everything, okay? I want you to go ahead and don't leave anything out. Tell him about us dumping Bo all over the countryside and everything, and about Bo turning into a mummy, and make sure you tell him about the fire compass, too, okay? Everything.
I will, Ruby.
Yeah, all right. Miss Harper. So, you want to report a crime? Hmm?
That's right.
Okay. What kind of crime?
A murder.
A murder?
Well, actually, 2 murders. Now, the first one might not have been a murder, but I'm sure my friend didn't do it. The second one is definitely a murder, and the next-door neighbor did that.
All right, let's go real slow here. Why don't you tell me about the first body first, and then we'll talk about the second body. Is that okay with you?
Oh, sure, that's fine with me.
The first body.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, my roommate came home from work and found her husband dead in our motel room. He was just sitting in this chair. So she called me up at work, and she told me to come home.
What did she think you could do?
Well, she was scared. Haven't you ever been real scared and you just needed a friend to be with you? No, I guess not. Policemen don't get scared, do they?
Why didn't she call the police?
Well, she couldn't. You see, she and her husband weren't on the best of terms. She thought that if she told you that you'd think that she did it, but she didn't.
Yeah, okay, well, then what happened?
Well, we put the body in my truck and we dumped him.
Where?
Well, the first time it was out past Marshall Village.
First time?
Well, you see, we had to go back and pick him up again because a friend of ours saw us. By then, he had turned into a mummy.
A mummy? How long did you wait before you picked him up?
Oh, it was just the next day.
No, people don't turn into mummies overnight.
Bo did.
A mummy.
Well, then, We put him back in the truck, and we were going to take him to the other side of Houston. Ruby thought she knew this real great place to dump him. But after driving all the way over there, we found out the place had been turned into a miniature golf course, so of course we couldn't dump him there.
Of course.
So it was real late, and we were real tired, so we decided to take him back to our apartment. Well, here we were, dragging this big old trunk into our apartment with the body inside, and you know what?
I can't wait to find out.
My friends had gotten together to throw this housewarming party for us. Oh, it was real nice. Would have been a lot better if Bo hadn't been there, though.
Bo.
The mummy.
Right. Forgot his name was Bo.
Oh, no, don't apologize. This gets real confusing.
I can tell.
Okay. Then, this guy breaks into our apartment, and he's holding a gun on Ruby. So I sneak up behind him, and I attack him with a base.
You killed him.
Oh, no, I just knocked him out. But then we poured liquor all over him, and we dumped him in this alley. That was Ruby's idea. She got it from a movie. Then we took the other body, Bo.
The mummy.
You catch on to this real fast.
I try.
Well, we took him out, and we dumped him again.
Where did you dump him this time?
Well, I don't know exactly. You see, we were driving down this really bumpy road out past Marshall Village. When we stopped, Bo was gone. I guess he fell out of the truck. Now, you remember that guy that we dumped in the alley? He ended up dead in our apartment.
What'd you do with that body?
Nothing.
You still lying there?
Oh, no. He disappeared.
Now, how do you figure that happened?
Our next-door neighbor took him.
He collects dead bodies.
Oh, no. She killed him in the first place, so I guess she wanted to get rid of the evidence.
No. Now, how do you know that she killed this fella?
She told Ruby that she did when she kidnapped her.
Your next-door neighbor kidnapped Ruby.
She would have killed her, too, but I rescued her.
I'm a little afraid to ask, but how did you do that?
I disguised myself as a nun. Then, when Ruby and I were hiding in her closet, we overheard about the fire compass and this place called High-Toe Pop.
Why were you hiding in her closet?
We wanted to get the money back that she'd taken from Ruby.
Tell me, Miss Harper, have you told this story to anybody else?
No. Well, that's not true. I have told one other person.
Who's that?
My psychiatrist.
Hi.
Hi, Ashley.
What is it?
Look, we gotta talk.
Well, what about?
Justin asked me to talk to my father and see if he'd be willing to join Marshall Oil as a consultant.
What?
He thinks that would have all kinds of contacts that might be useful to Marshall Oil.
What did you say?
Well, I refused.
Oh, great. Oh, just great. Now, that is all that I need right now is for your father to come to work here.
Ashley, look, I said that I refused. But Justin's going to go ahead and talk to him anyway.
Couldn't you talk him out of it?
He seems very determined.
Where did Justin come up with such a crazy idea?
My father does know an awful lot about the oil business.
He can't come to work here. It would ruin everything. You know, if I didn't know better, I would think that Rena Decker was behind this whole thing.
Oh, come on now. Ashley, you're grasping at straws. Rena didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I know. But it's just the sort of thing that she would love to see happen.
Mildred Canfield doesn't want to talk. She just wants to gossip and spread dirt about people.
Who is she spreading dirt about?
Oh, several people. Paige Marshall, for one.
Paige? What does she have against Paige?
Obviously, she met Paige through TJ, and she called her a common shopkeeper.
A shopkeeper?
Yes.
Did you tell her that Paige owns one of the most successful boutiques in Houston?
Yes, I did, but it made no difference to Mildred. She certainly doesn't think that Paige Marshall is the girl for TJ.
Who else is she bad-mouthing?
Ashley Marshall.
Oh, now, maybe the lady has some class after all, because... Honey. Mama, please. Ashley is not one of my favorites.
Well, maybe not, but still, Mildred had no right to talk about Ashley the way she did.
What does she have to say about our dear Ashley?
Among other things, she called her a tramp.
I wonder how well she knows Ashley.
I don't know. But, well, you know that TJ and Ashley were at the University of Texas together.
Yes. It's interesting.
Well, I don't want to hear any more of Mildred's gossip, and I shouldn't be standing here gossiping.
I'm so proud of you, the way you've handled this whole thing.
Thank you, sweetheart. I'll talk to you later.
All right. TJ Canfield and Ashley Marshall. Wouldn't that be something?
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
You told this story to your psychiatrist.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think we've got all the information we need.
Are you going to get on this right away?
You bet.
Oh, well, you don't know how happy that makes me. This was just driving me crazy.
I can imagine. Oh, is this your friend?
Yes, sir, it sure is. She insisted on coming down here and telling you the whole story herself.
Yeah, well, I have it. And I've told your friend here that I'll take care of it, okay? Now, I suggest now that you take Miss Harper home and see to it that she gets some good rest.
Oh, I will, sir. Thank you very much. Come on, honey.
Bye.
This part of Texas was brought to you by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that does more than just cut grease. Dawn takes grease out of your way. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas. On NBC Magazine,
Winds are from the southwest at 13 miles an hour and the pressure 30.11 inches and rising. Flint reporting partly cloudy skies, 30 degrees. Detroit City Airport is mostly clear and 33. And Lansing, partly cloudy and 30. Outstate, Toledo, Ohio, reporting mostly clear skies, 31 degrees, and Fort Wayne, Indiana, is clear and 32. Once again, the 3 p.m. temperature here at Detroit, 31 degrees. The following are the latest lake forecast for southern Lake Huron. West to northwest winds 10 to 20 knots this afternoon, becoming west to southwest 15 to 25 knots tonight.
On Texas, Brett and Ricky track down the mysterious Indian legend of Haitopa.
I've never felt a place have such a hold on me.
And they're drawn together as the desert night sparks their love.
Ricky, I don't think I've ever felt closer to any man.
But they're unaware of the danger that lies ahead.
Ricky!
Weekdays on NBC.
Quite a sight in Novi today. Long lines of autograph seekers hoping to meet an impressive guest list of comic book writers, artists, and TV stars. It's a melting pot of some of the best TV stars.
Hey, can you make it out to Pat?
And nearly 1 million comic books and action figures all in one place. For some, you could call it a dream come true. Remember this guy? Probably watched him when he was a kid. Here's a hint. Look at this photo. Yep, that's right. Timmy from Lassie.
I mean, everybody's into nostalgia and, hey, it's all the stuff we grew up with. I think it's great.
Some of the big attention getters, the cast from Batman, including Catwoman herself.
I probably get more love at an event like this than almost any time in my life. It's just amazing.
Any other questions you want to ask?
Of course, Burt Ward, who played Robin, is signing autographs. So what's he doing now?
I'm now developing my own television series called Robin to the Rescue, because my wife and I operate the largest giant breed dog rescue in the world. And we have 45 giant dogs living in our house.
And Leave It to Beaver's Tony Dow went from acting to directing to...
I'm doing sculpture, which is what I always planned to do when I retired. I just hadn't planned on retiring quite so early.
That's right. He is into sculpture, he says. The Motor City Comic Convention continues tomorrow from 10:30 in the morning until 5 at the Rock Financial Showplace in Novi. $20 for adults, and kids 12 and under pay $10. And if you're headed out there, the weather should at least cooperate if you're trying to park or whatever, because it looks like a pretty nice day tomorrow.
And plenty of events around town.
Yeah, it's a busy
sporting
weekend.
events, baseball and basketball, the Downtown Hoedown, which is still going on tonight, and yeah, some great weather. Now, some rain has moved in, but it will only last for a few hours, not several days, so that's a piece of good news. Here's a live look outside. We're looking...
Why do I consider myself an extreme soap fan? I've been watching soap since 1976 with Another World. Bet you can't guess what my favorite soap is, though, of all time. Does this give you a clue? It was Texas. In fact, I love Texas so much that I not only videotaped or audiotaped all the episodes, but I also created my own episode guide to Texas. It goes scene by scene from all 617 episodes. I'm Brian, and I'm an extreme soap fan. I began audio taping all the episodes starting in 1978. Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm an extreme soap fan. I've been watching soap since 1976. I got so hooked into Another World, I've got all the episodes from 1981 to 1999 on videotape here in my videotape collection. The Bold and the Beautiful, basically from the day one right through to now, virtually every episode, and several years worth of Edge of Night, Search for Tomorrow, and some of the other soaps like Young and the Restless and As the World Turns.
You can see it everywhere as you go along your way. It's the lower price that's especially nice because it's special every day. We built a feeling, a proud new feeling. We built a feeling, a proud new feeling. We built a proud new feeling at A&P.
No, I haven't been camping like this in ages. Almost forgot what it was like. It's beautiful. No people, no smog, fresh air. The only sounds are the crackling fire and the wind rustling through the grass. Coyote now and then. Oh, look